Okay, what have we got today? Mic's all good, phone, all right. So first thing, today's an off day. We're not on tour. It's a Tuesday. Tuesdays are typically like our best days for videos, Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's when we have the most videos go viral. Couldn't tell you why it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, but it is. I'm kind of getting the start to my day a little late. It's 11:49 right now. Usually I start a lot earlier, but I've been procrastinating because I've kind of been having like this existential dread. We've got shows coming up and I always get that way before shows because it's like, man, we got to promote the shows, and then you're worrying about numbers and ticket sales because like it directly affects your livelihood and like the paycheck in your bank account. And so I always freak out because, you know, it's like, oh, videos aren't going viral. And then it's like, oh no, like we're not going to sell any tickets. I know it's such a weird thing to like, you know, be like, oh my gosh, a video on TikTok didn't go viral, when like people are literally having to, you know, do backbreaking work and work for like 12 hours a day. I get it's a weird thing to complain about, but it's hard sometimes mentally to have like, you know, work really hard on a video and you think it's funny and it gets like 7,000 views. It'd be like if like you worked on a presentation for your boss and you spent like a week on it and then your boss is just like, nah, we don't even want to see it. You know, it sucks. So I've been kind of dealing with that, feeling a little shitty mentally. So I haven't really wanted to like get up and do things, but I need to because, you know, got to keep making content. It's a daily struggle, which you guys will find out about. But at least for right now, what I really need to do, first and foremost, I need to get some ideas for some videos. I have some things I want to promote, like we just put out a live EP with the whole band, and so it was a surprise thing, so we're trying to push that. We've got show dates that we got to push. We're announcing and going on sale with more tickets on Friday. We've got to gear up for like the tour that we're going on because we're going to Florida and we're going to like Jackson, Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama, and Baton Rouge. So we've got those shows coming up. So I got to kind of like keep that in mind when I'm promoting. But what I really like to do is I go through like our TikTok like ats and mentions. So here, like I'll hang on, let me pull it up. I'll show this to you guys. So if you like go into TikTok, there's a little button that says like mentions and tags, and we get tagged in like hundreds of videos a week. And so I try to scroll through all of them and reply to everyone, and then use those as like inspiration for videos. Like if people tagged us in funny stuff that we could react to or like somehow relate back to our music, that's probably what I'm gonna do. So that's how I'm gonna start my day first. I have a big idea for like the Tuesday video tonight that I think will go really viral. If you're new to the page, part of the thing, like the bits that we do here, I'll show you, is we make like, hopefully it still stays focused on, we make like conspiracy theory walls and stuff. And this one's like all of the hot villainous men in the world are somehow like connected to our music. And, you know, just fun things to like, you know, other things rather than us just playing music to try and get like more fans. And oh gosh, hopefully it refocuses. Holy shit, sorry. There we go. And one of the things I was thinking about, I watched Saltburn the other day, which is a phenomenal movie. And someone pointed out Saltburn is just frozen if, I think Hans is his name, had been better at murdering people. I think that's a really funny take, so I'll probably make like a conspiracy wall about that. But everything else for the week, I'm just gonna like write it down in this book. And really the big like takeaway for what we're trying to do on the socials is be relatable. And the biggest thing that we've learned is we can't, like, when we're trying to, you know, get you guys to be excited about songs and stuff, nobody wants to be sold something. So nobody wants to like have to sit down and like watch a video where it's like, you need to go do this and go like, our new song's out, because people are like, I don't care. I just want to like relax because this is my off time from my job, and like watching TikToks makes my life less shitty, or like watching this YouTube video, maybe you're like eating lunch or something. So like the biggest thing you have to do with media is you have to like serve the fan first, which is part of the reason why we're also making this long format video, but you got to like serve serve the fan first. So we always try to find angles of like, how can we make relatable, funny content that's going to make people laugh, but then also kind of drive you back to our music. And that's like some of the main things I'm going to be thinking about while I do this first. And then the other stuff I got to do is I probably got to go into Canva and make some show graphics, and just for like all the on sales that we have coming up. And then I got to go get our van with our tour manager at 3. So that's kind of my Tuesday schedule. The rest of the guys, if you're wondering where the rest of the band is, they're 3 hours away in their homes and they're writing music. Actually, Ryan just sent me a really cool like instrumental that I wrote some words to. So maybe I'll share that with you guys. I don't know how we're gonna do the writing of the music, but yeah. So I'm gonna scroll through these hundreds of videos and see what pops up. And if we get anything funny, I'll let you guys know, and then we can get hopping to like actually making the content that we want to post. So yeah. Okay, this is a pretty solid one. The sexy male thirst trap to our songs. I know we focus on like the sexy female thirst traps to our songs. The sexy male ones are underrated. They deserve some praise. It's Q-Man. We also have the same name, which I think is adorable. See, listen, we stan our men too. I just wanna point that out. Anyway, I have to go back to scrolling. This one's also pretty cool. No one ever does like transitions to any of like our old songs, but this is to Kate McKinnon, which is pretty fucking sick. The subtle flex is good too. I think we could use that, you know, probably in something. I'll figure that out. That's a cool video though, so shout out. Okay, so like 40 minutes later, I scrolled through probably like 120 videos. TikTok does not make it easy because you have to like tap on the video to see it, and then you can't scroll through your mentions. You have to like tap on it and then go back to the main page and like remember where you have to like remember where you were. It's a whole bitch. But I've got like a few ideas. There was a dude who played Lithium by Nirvana on banjo. Could probably get James to sing along to that. Squidward, someone got AI Squidward to sing one of our songs. There's some hot tattooed women stuff. I've noticed we're doing like more big in the lifting community, so maybe I might do some videos with that. But I think the main thing I want to get done today is I need to tear down this conspiracy theory wall and build a new one, because I want to try like that Saltburn video I was going to do. And also I had another funny video that had to do with our new live recording of Kate McKinnon, because we're trying to push out that live EP. So let me reposition the camera, I guess, and we can go from there. Okay, so like this is the last, I guess, bit that we did. And it was basically just being like, if your taste in men is like super hot, irredeemable, like villainous people, you would like listening to our music. The first one that I made did decent. Actually did really well. It got like 1 million views. So I was like, oh, this is a bit that we could do for a while, because we did it with like hot tattooed women. Like if this is your taste in women, like if it's the Hex Girls or like the girl from Total Drama Island or some, you know, creators on TikTok. And we were able to keep that going long. But this didn't do that well. After the first video with like 1 million views, it just did like 7,000 views consistently. And sometimes like, so anyway, I have to take it down first off, because I need to use this wall to rebuild another one. But like sometimes when you're doing bits, like the first one works and then everything else just fails after that. But half of the internet, or like trying to be successful on the internet and getting people to like your stuff, I guess, is just doing random shit and kind of seeing what sticks. Like I did not expect this to work. And we got one good video out of it. We probably got like 20,000 followers and people went and checked out our music. So I think that's like it's a win in my book, but it's not as successful as I would have liked, which kind of sucks, because, you know, you put a lot of work into something and then it doesn't really like necessarily pan out, but fuck it, we ball. So on to the next. I mean, that's what the internet is. You have one good idea and then 50 bad ones, and you have to mull in between there. And that's why it's hard to be on the internet sometimes, and why it takes like a little bit of your mental health out of you, because you're like, man, I really wanted this to be successful, or I thought this was going to be funny, and it's not. And then you have to always keep creating, and it kind of makes like pressure go crazy. But that's how you have to be if you want to get people to listen to your new music. You got to be on the internet, unless you're like Taylor Swift or something, which I'd love to be Taylor Swift, and then we just get to write music and people are like, we love you. So, but you know, is what it is. So hang on, I got to tear this down and then we'll get to the next part. All right, I got the wall torn down pretty easily actually. Also, if you're sitting at home and you're like, why there's, you know, 4 walls in a bedroom, why don't you use more than one wall? One of the walls has a door on it and a closet. That wall has a window. And then this wall has the wall of hot tattooed women, which if you don't know what that is, or you're like, this is weird, we're friends with all of them, and it's a running bit on TikTok. I highly recommend going and looking at our TikTok page if like that's confusing to you and you're like, why is there a wall of hot tattooed women? Because the big thing is that's how we started, was TikTok, and that's what blew us up. We've only been like selling tickets for a year, and we're doing, you know, close to 1,000 tickets in some places. So now we're just trying to expand to YouTube and kind of do more long form content and, you know, reach various different people and try and just, you know, relate to them and best we can, I guess, just being human beings. But anyway, I tore this down. Obviously going to keep this and the Stream Dexter and the Moon Rocks. Those are the 2 things that are universal with every kind of bit that we do. But now I have to find a way to connect the movie Saltburn to the movie Frozen. I kind of already have an idea on how I want to do that with like the character that Barry Keoghan plays next to Hans, who's the villain in Frozen. And then I'll put some like funny excerpts and stuff. I saved all the yarn too from the last wall. You can see that. So I don't have to like waste more yarn and cut it. But yeah, I'll have to go print it all out. And then pin it up here, and I'll probably go print it and then show you guys what I thought, and I'll pin it up here, and that'll probably take like an hour, and then I'll have to film it, which depending on how much I flub might take another hour, but you guys will get a backseat to all of that. So yeah. Okay, I finished making the conspiracy wall. I think it's pretty funny. The main point, you know, is these are the same movies, except he's bad at murder and he's good at murder. But then you got to throw in some humor in there. Girl boss, Olaf would 100% eat the rich. You know, just different things that would make people laugh, I guess, is kind of the goal. And if you're at home and you're like, hey, you're a band, what does any of this have to do with your music? It doesn't, but it's one of those things where it's like, hey, this is funny. People are going to share this video, and then at the end of it, we're going to tack on, you know, like, hey, here's a graphic for our tour. Come see us on tour. And I guess it's kind of a different way to like promote our music without like having to shove our music down people's faces. Because I know some people aren't a fan of that, and we try that, and sometimes it doesn't work. And this has been proven to work. Do I think this is going to work? I have no clue. Honestly, 50-50 shot. It's either going to get like 2 million views or 12. And that's kind of just how it is on the internet. And one of them is going to make me really happy, and the other one is going to mentally break me because it is 2 o'clock. I have not eaten all day at all because I got ADHD hyperfixated on this, and this is all I've been doing. So if it fails, I will probably be a little mentally broken. I also need to eat lunch. Yeah, on to the next. Now we got to like film it. So I'm sitting here, it's 8 o'clock at night, 7:45 p.m. and I am editing this video, and I realized when I went to go film the wall video with the Olaf whatever thing, I forgot to unplug the mic cord when I transferred mics, so the camera picked up none of the audio. So everything that I filmed is useless, which is great. Off to a hot start. I told you guys this was going to be unedited, so this is what's happening. Enjoy the next, 10 seconds of silence of me talking to a camera that I thought was recording my voice, because I think that'll be funny. Um, but yeah, I finished that video. We had to go pick up the van, so I went and picked up the van, and then went live on TikTok and posted it all. You can see my live reaction to me figuring out that the camera audio wasn't gonna work. I'll tack that on into here. But I've already checked the updates on the posts that we just did. The ones on TikTok probably not going to do that well. The Frozen one that I recorded with the wall that took like 2 hours to do, it's not doing that well. It only got like 10,000 views in an hour, which typically does not mean it's going to go viral, which sucks. And yeah, so a bit of a rough day, rough start. But the one on Instagram hopefully went viral, so we'll see. But, you know, that's what you got to do sometimes with social media. You just got to keep plowing on. There are 1,000 bad ideas and one good one, and when you get one good one, it will change your life. And that's just kind of how life is. You know, like 90% of life is showing up, and you just got to keep showing up and just keep showing up and just keep showing up. And it's tough and it's brutal. But yeah, I kind of don't want to exist right now. But you keep pushing forward, you know? It's okay. There's always tomorrow. I get to go to sleep. I get to wake up. I get to do this thing tomorrow. I get to do this for a job. It's a blessing. So, yeah. But it's probably going to be the end of the video. I hope you liked the first one. It's probably going to be, I don't know, 17 minutes long. Leave a comment if you're like, hey, this was too long. This was too short. I think your face is ugly. Sorry for the unfocusedness on some of the camera. I'm learning, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go eat some food because I still haven't eaten. I ate one meal, so yeah. I'm gonna go eat, and I will chat with y'all tomorrow. So yeah.